All right, so Kyla Sears does join us now. Kyla, thanks for coming on. Always a pleasure to have you. And I guess, how are things going? Is it feeling more like normal, I guess, than it's been in a long, long time?
Yep, it's feeling great. Definitely normal. Back in action on the field and in the classroom in person. So definitely very grateful to be back and doing all this.
Yeah, so you and your teammates decided to take a leave, over the course just to save the eligibility there in the Ivy League. I guess that process, I know it was a while ago. Now that you've gone through it, you look back, is that something that you think was a good decision now that you're back on campus once again?
Absolutely a good decision. I think I didn't really regret it through the year. I mean, watching all of the great teams compete on TV, I mean, it hurt a little bit. It was awesome to see the great lacrosse. I think being back here for my senior year and getting to be on campus, getting to meet my professors, be in the locker room with my team again, be on the field with them. I'm really, really happy with my decision to come back for that. Yeah, and it's just had a great new level of appreciation for everybody being back together this year.
I can imagine, there's probably that feeling that it's not as open-ended as it was, you know what I mean? And ending not the way you would have wanted to when your career started there. I'd imagine right now it sort of feels like, okay, this is, I get to sort of go through some of these things and for the last time and appreciate them more than ever now, right?
Absolutely. I would say we kind of have a mantra on our team of every day's new appreciation. Even the things that maybe we typically wouldn't have liked as much, like, 6 a.m. conditioning, those things, we go into it just very grateful that we can be back doing that again. And that's a really fun and energetic feeling on the field.
So you mentioned you watched last spring everybody play. That couldn't have been fun, I guess. What was that like?
I mean, it was fun. The level of play was unlike anything we've ever seen. I loved watching it. I think our team loved watching it and just thinking, oh, I want to get back there and we want to try to strive to be at this level. So for that aspect, it was great. I mean, yeah, sitting on the couch and watching all these teams compete wasn't the best feeling, wishing we were out there. But again, it was such a great season. The Final Four was amazing lacrosse to watch and we all loved watching it. And we just want to be back to the level that we were when we left and hopefully strive to be better. And watching that can only help. So motivation.
I will say there was something missing, and that was the Ivy League. That was you, like you said, the play was amazing, but the Ivy League was missing. We can't wait to get it back. In terms of staying in shape and fit, what did you do in terms of workouts? You mentioned you had a group that went out with you to Utah. Was that sort of what the vibe was? Throwing and working out every day. Is that sort of how you stayed up to task?
Yep, we definitely had a mentality of treating it as if we would any year or season in terms of our fitness level and our conditioning. Obviously, it wasn't the same, not being able to practice or be with our coaches every day, but we tried to make it work from afar. A lot of text groups, video calls, a lot of, Zoom workouts, if you can even imagine those, because I couldn't have probably 5 years ago. But it was fun. It got a little monotonous, working out on your own and trying to keep the same motivation. But all in all, I think we all definitely grew from it mentally, physically, and now it's just a different atmosphere being all together on the field again, getting to do it together.
Yeah, right. I was going to ask, what's the fall been like now? Has it felt different? Has it felt like it used to? What's the vibe?
I think it's felt the same as always, but just different in the sense that we have a newfound appreciation, so different in the best way. And I would say we've gotten to watch and support some of our fall athletes compete this year. Our soccer teams and our field hockey teams, our football teams are all doing amazing, and getting to go to those games and seeing what they feel like competing in a game again is just really electric to be a part of. And we're excited to get our turn come spring. But I just think even practice has been so great, just getting all back together.
Yeah. Is there anything maybe you would compare this to over the course of your life? I guess, I know you got hurt right at one point in high school. It might have been kind of like that, where you sort of had to watch from afar and get ready to get back out there.
Yeah, I was going to say it. Actually, I do think a lot about when I missed my junior season, some of my senior season in high school due to injury. And, that's not a great feeling, sitting on the bench and kind of watching your team do things that you wish you could help with. But I think this was just different in the aspect that we were all in the same boat. So I think as a team and as a collective presence, we all really grew from that together, and we were all going through the same thing. So we're definitely have almost a strengthened bond because of that. And it's not kind of one person feeling out for being injured. But so it really did bring us all closer together. And I think we all know what goal we're working for collectively this year. And it's going to, I think, make a big difference on the field.
What's the goal you're collectively working forward to this year? They're looking forward to this year?
Well, we want to be the best team we can be, get back to the Ivy Championship. We have our sights set past that. So Definitely just getting back to where we left off and hopefully being even better, which, you know, is a tall order after not playing for a year, but we want to do it and we hope we can.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, and finally, because you were able to get back out in a different, competitive environment with the Sixes a couple weekends ago now, was that also sort of a back to reality sort of feel? I meant to ask you, is that sort of okay, this is the real thing again? I'm out here doing this?
It was so much fun. It felt different than maybe a real game just because of the style of the format and how different it was, but I loved it. The intensity and the energy is so fun in that style. I think fans will really love it as it moves forward as a sport and as a part of lacrosse. But it was so much fun being able to play with my teammate Marge and in such a high level atmosphere like that was so great. And I think every team, I know a bunch of teams are trying out Sixes and fall ball. I know a lot of youth tournaments are trying it out for high schoolers. So I just think that's awesome for the evolution of the sport, and I hope it continues to go far.
Yeah, what did it mean to you to be selected for that and represent along with your teammate Princeton, at the same time?
Yeah, it was so special. I think, Marge is such a hard worker, and I think it was so awesome to kind of see her on the other end of the field like I would here. And we hadn't been back playing in, a game like atmosphere like that in almost a year. So kind of getting to do that together was really special, just coming off of the year we had and kind of the setbacks, quote unquote, of the Ivy League not competing. I think it was so great to see that we could still be a part of that high level of competition.
Yeah, and I think everybody's learned a lot about themselves over the past couple of years and managing. And I think athletes are equipped, with the losses and dealing with all these challenges. The athletes I've talked to have taken a great approach, and you're one of those too, Kyla. So we appreciate you taking the time and coming on, and we can't wait to see you guys. I know you're all chomping at the bit to get back out there in the spring, so we'll look forward to that too.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Always good to see you, and we're excited to be back, so I hope people are excited to, watch and come out and support.
Yeah, and you released your schedule, so, I mean, that's even better. We get to actually see who you're playing, right? That's good, too. Cool. Thanks,
Right.
Kyla. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.